It is KJ, your kitty correspondent. And this morning, I am so excited to have with me on Pet Pals TV, Barbara Kingsolver and her daughter, Lily, to talk about a brand new book. Barbara, we're so familiar with so many of your works. And of course, Demon Copperhead, everybody is in love with. Congratulations on that success. This is new territory for you. It's a children's book, correct?
Yeah, and it's new territory because the first author is Lily. And I just want to say that in my long career of writing a lot of things, I've never written a children's book because I don't have that talent. Lily has it. Lily and I together put this together, but the whole narrative idea was hers.
Oh, so Lily, we were talking before we officially started this interview. You work with children, so is this sort of an easy way for you to get into publishing with your mom?
Well, sort of. I never expected this to happen. It was all by chance that I got involved in this project, and mom was really kind to invite me to be part of it. But yeah, I'm really lucky to work with kids. I work in a nature preschool, and I've worked with kids for a lot of years. And when you work with kids, you read a lot of kids' books. So I've spent a lot of time around them. And I love kids' books. You know, there are so many really great ones out there. And it was so exciting to sort of become part of that world in a way that I never expected to, but felt really natural.
And the new book is called Coyotes Wild Home, and it has been described as a love letter to nature. There it is. Can you talk about why you decided, because we'll talk a little bit more. I know you have a background, both of you, in loving nature and wildlife. Why did you decide in particular for this first children's book to be about the coyote?
You want to take that, Lil?
Sure. Well, that's all thanks to our publisher, Gryphon. They're incredible. I think their tagline is voice for the voiceless, and they speak for animals. And so they invited my mom to do this project where she was, well, mom can maybe start that story better. They invited mom to be part of this project about coyotes. And you want to talk about that, Mom?
Sure. Gryphon has this wonderful, as Lily said, this wonderful line of children's books that really invites children to understand the biology of different animals, which is a great project. And they contacted me asking if I would write about coyotes, and I said, as I told you earlier, I can't do that. I've never succeeded in writing a children's book. Lily happened to be in my house at my kitchen table when the invitation came in, and she said, "Of course we can." And she had the whole idea for the narrative right then and there. So it was following her lead into this. We asked if we could do it together, and they said sure. We both felt strongly that predators need. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. We both felt really strongly that predators need better representation in children's books. Predators are so important. They are much more important in ecosystems than most people realize. They're the species that holds everything together. And what do we find? Lily, you want to take that one? What do we find in children's books about predators?
Well, historically, I think it made a lot of sense for people to be afraid of predators. And we have all of these images of them as the big bad wolf, and we're going on a bear hunt. You know, they were historically our enemies, but we've evolved past that. They're not our enemies anymore. We are really very safe from predators. We are really very secure in our food systems at this moment. And so we don't need to be afraid of predators anymore. And they really need some positive PR because they are holding our ecosystems together. And it's so important when kids are forming these ideas that we're showing them positive representations of these animals that are so ecologically important. And they're not just seeing we're going on a bear hunt and the big bad wolf and all of those things that are very scary and negative.
Well, and I think in particular with coyotes, if a coyote makes the news, it's because someone's like, oh no, there's coyotes in the neighborhood, right? So what you're doing is helping children from the very beginning have this understanding of the purpose that coyotes serve, but you also are not, you're not educating them in a way that it's like, oh, go get a coyote as a pet, right?
Definitely not. Yeah, we we want to convey compassion, but also respect. And part of respecting predators is giving them lots and lots of space, because that is what they need to be safe and happy. And that's what we need to be safe and happy in coexistence with them. So one of our central messages is coyotes need space. Predators need space. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the lifelong love of animals that you both have. I know that there's Barbara, you have a farm with sheep and poultry, and you coexist with the coyotes. Can you talk a little bit about how that love of animals has, obviously impacted your daughter and influenced you throughout your entire life?
Well, all of my schooling is in biology. I'm sorry, can I make that go away?
Yeah.
My schooling is all in biology. I was educated as a biologist, and I see the world that way in terms of systems that work together. So I am also a farmer, and Lily grew up on a farm. We have sheep, we have chickens. Predators are an issue on a farm because coyotes do eat chickens. So we work with the system. We have guard animals for our sheep. We put our chickens away safely in a coop at night. It's part of acceptance that we're not the boss of everything. We work within a system. Humans are animals too, and that's the view we take.
Lily, what about you? Growing up with your mom influencing you and your family life and being so involved with animals?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can't take much credit for loving nature because so much of it came from my parents. I'm so lucky that they really immersed me in nature from the time I was young. And I was lucky for a lot of my childhood to live on a farm, but even before we lived on a farm, we lived in an area very near a city, but they made an effort to put me in nature, to spend time outside. And so I also, as I got older, I got really interested in biology, and I do have training in environmental science. But the center of all of it is just that I love nature and I love being in nature, and it makes me feel better. And I think it makes so many people feel better. And if we can seek these ways of connecting with nature in a compassionate and respectful way, I think it serves to make a lot of people's lives better, honestly.
Now I need to ask, because I am the kitty correspondent for Pet Pals TV. Do the two of you have cats in your lives? Are they a part of the farm as well, Barbara?
We often have barn cats because every barn with grain in it has mice and other critters, and so barn cats are an important part of that ecosystem. Our family has always had dogs. We have a dog named Hugo. Lily has a beautiful dog named Ginger. So yeah, we have farm animals, but we also have pets.
The book is called Coyotes Wild Home, and it is Barbara Kingsolver's first trek into the children's book world, but with her daughter Lily leading the way. I hope that this opens up the door for many more stories to help educate children on different animals. And we certainly appreciate everything that you are doing to put those positive stories out in the world. Thank you so much for being on Pet Pals TV. Thanks for joining us for another celebrity interview. Of course, the KJ Today Show isn't just about talking to celebs, it's about hanging out with you. Join us live on Wednesday nights for pop culture, people to know, and pets. The KJ Today Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch live Wednesday nights at 7.